Renee Finley Bryant, the owner of Racing Development Consultants in North Carolina, has a vision and a dream. Stephanie Moyer of Shepton is ready to help Finley Bryant bring her vision into focus and her dreams into reality. The two met during Moyer's internship with the Automobile Racing Club of America, also known as ARCA.
I have always had a goal of, seeing a full team of women. Would always be nice. But really also really helping drivers that may not get an opportunity down here in North Carolina. And in working with Stephanie through her school program, she never once ever said, knowing what I do for a living, she never once said to me, I race too. It happened to be another schoolmate of hers that said, hey, she races and she's pretty good.
The 2020 Evergreen Raceway factory stock champion is good. She's also confident and ready to step up as a driver for Finley Bryant's Developmental NASCAR team.
If you look at the talent pool around the country, so many good young racers, female, male, it doesn't matter. And they just have that ability. They have that natural talent. But unfortunately, in this day and age, as Stephanie had just mentioned, it comes down to funding. And to see what Renee is doing, this is just an amazing, an American dream story for somebody like her, for somebody from a family that she has. They are a great family. They are supportive of the racing scene here, not just of her racing, but what they have done over the years to help the racetrack itself and always promoting it. And the way she went to school, the way she came up through the ranks, and now to have this golden opportunity, it's like a dream come true for her. I told her, I think you just hit the lottery here, kid, and it's something that you got to hold on to.
You see this vision and you want to go for it, absolutely do it, no matter what the circumstances are, and just, not to take any crap from other guys.
With racing in her blood, Stephanie Moyer started her career in a go-kart, and then she made a wager with her mother.
Back in the day, my dad used to race at the same track at Evergreen Raceway, which was Mountain Speedway at the time. He raced, my uncles raced, and then my late brother, he raced. He got the championship in 2009, and it's with the same car that I just got the championship in. And so my thing was, I kind of want to do this. So we started off in go-karts, and my brother Mikey was always just like, you need to get her in that car. Like, put her in that car, because he wasn't racing at the time. And I'm like, Mom, let's make a bet or a deal. I said, if I get the championship in this go-kart, put me in that car. Literally now I got the championship, and she's like, oh no, here it goes. We got that, and I started racing the factory stock when I was 13.
In 2011, 2 years after winning his factory stock title at Evergreen, Mike Moyer Jr. passed away.
I wasn't really involved with cars much, like when I was little, when I was younger. It wasn't really something that I was really fond of. And then once my brother passed, my dad, he was in the garage all the time. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be his right-hand man, because that's what Mikey was. So I'm in the garage helping him, and I just got this switch just turned, and I'm like, I want to do cars now.
Moyer's journey led her to the automotive program at the University of Northwestern Ohio, an internship with ARCA, and Renee Finley Bryant.
Steph was in the school program, and she was never late. She never complained. There was just never any issue. She's one of the hardest working. A lot of times, kids get that opportunity and they get to the racetrack, in situations like that, and they're just all over the place. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, they get starstruck. That was never the case with Stephanie whatsoever. She was there, she was present, even when there wasn't something for her to do. I was impressed by Stephanie before I knew that she raced. A few months back, I went up to the racetrack, and she turned some laps in that late model. My first impression was she's aggressive, but she's so smart. She knows what she's doing, but the tiny little adjustments that I wanted her to make and why I wanted her to make them impressed me. I had no radio, so she went some laps, and she came back in, and I said, this is what I want you to do. You're doing this coming out of this turn, and this is what I want you to do. And she immediately she got it. The way that she can take direction, even from somebody like me who really has not spent a lot of time in a car, but I know what I'm talking about. So I know what to communicate to her, and she just picked it up.
Can Moyer handle the pressure of being on a NASCAR developmental team? You be the judge. When Finley Bryant came to watch Moyer drive, she was in a late model car. Moyer had very limited experience with late models, but she's a fast learner.
I had a test session a month before she actually came in, and it went pretty good. It took me like maybe 5 laps, and I got up to full speed. And being in the factory stock, I don't use brakes. So I had to learn how to use it with the late model, only because it's a lot quicker and you have a lot more G-force. So trying to get that car to get set in the turns where it wants to come out of the turn really nicely was a lot. So when she came in, I was like, oh no, like I'm so stressed out. Before we even pulled out, I'm stalling it. I'm like, oh no, like this is the day. Like I can't be doing this. And she came up to me, she's like, listen, you need to relax. You can do this. I'm like, okay. So I got out there, and it's so nice. Like I enjoyed it. I'd do it again. I like going a lot faster than what I normally do, like in the factory stock. So I'm just like, listen, we got to race this car. Like I was so happy about it, and it was a great experience, and I would definitely do it again.
Race cars are really only made for a driver, but Moyer will never be traveling alone on this journey.
My brother, he had so much confidence with the racing development part, and he was just so stressed on getting me in that car. And I wish, like, to this day, like I know he's gonna be happy looking down. He's like, man, that's what I wanted to do. And like my dad's dream was always to run Sean race cars and NASCAR. So it's just something that like I want to proceed, and I'm just like beyond excited and grateful for this opportunity, because I know that like with my mindset when I was younger, I thought I would never get this opportunity. And it just like, it hits deep, because this is something that I've always dreamed of doing. So I'm just beyond blessed to get this opportunity. If I get this opportunity, and just do whatever I can and whatever I have to work at it to get it going.
For SSPTV Sports, I'm Ken Kara.